Hello lovelies, I'm Christina and today is the 8th day of Vlogmas. I'm sorry we didn't post a video yesterday, but we had a really sleepy girl that kept us up all night and just made it impossible with a raging headache the day after to actually get anything done. So we missed the day, but we're back today and I'm here with little baby Noelle. Is a very special, tired, and slightly fussy guest. She's asleep now and she makes a lot of noise while she sleeps, so I'm sorry for all of the snoring weird noises that you're going to hear throughout this video, but that's just the way it is right now. This is the only way we're going to get a video done today. So for today I'm going to show you the books that I hope to get to during the last month of 2020. I know this TBR is very overly ambitious and I probably won't get to all of them, but I'm definitely going to give it my best shot. So let's jump into the books. The first one is one that I've already read, and that is The Archer by Paulo Coelho. This is more of a motivational book with lots of quotes and sayings where it's comparing life to being an archer and learning the craft. I'm going to talk more about this in my wrap-up. I was about to get into what I thought about it, but we're going to talk about that later on. But yes, I've already finished this one. I'm listening to In a Holidaze by Christina at the moment. It is a story about a young woman who relives the same days over and over again as she's on her Christmas vacation with her family and her family friends, where there's also this man that she's been in love with for such a long time but have never told him. So she's really trying to figure out why she keeps on reliving this vacation, with trying to change things she's doing for every time she kind of goes back to the start of the vacation. It's a sci-fi romance novel. I didn't read the synopsis before I started. I was just seeing the book everywhere and I thought it was going to be this cutesy fluffy romance, which it is, but I was surprised pleasantly by the sci-fi element to it, and I'm really enjoying it so far. The next book that I'm currently in the middle of is Secret Santa by Sheffer, or Shaffer. Not sure how you pronounce his name correctly. This is a Christmas horror story about a young woman who starts a job at a publishing house and she is looking for the next Stephen King. She's then given a gift during their Secret Santa gift exchange during the Christmas party at her new job, and in the box that she gets there's this weird German doll that's supposed to ward off evil spirits, but it seems like this doll might be evil itself. So when she gets this doll, weird things happen to her colleagues, and she has to try to figure out why all of these things are happening and what she's going to do about it. I'm truly enjoying this so far. It's so dark, it's so funny, and I'm excited to see how it ends. Man, you are loud. Next up we have more Christmas horror, and that is Hark, the Herald Angels Scream. This is a short story collection of 18 Christmas horror stories. My god, the more I talk, the more noise she makes. I'm sorry. But we're just gonna roll with it. So yes, 18 stories. I am very into the Christmas horror this year. I didn't realize that I've actually read quite a bit of Christmas horror earlier on, like Nosferatu and Krampus. I guess I've kind of already fallen in love with that genre, not being aware that I had. But yes, super excited to get to this one. Next up on the list of Christmas books we have Letters from Father Christmas by J.R.R. Tolkien. This is a collection of letters that Tolkien wrote to his children from Santa Claus, and I've heard that it's just really wonderful, has all the Christmas feels to it, and it's a cute read that I've been wanting to read for years, but for some reason I haven't gotten around to picking it up. But I'm glad that I have it now, and I'm hoping to get to it this Christmas. Next up is a Christmas book that I bought last year but didn't get around to reading, and that is The Night I Met Father Christmas by Ben Miller. This is a story about a young boy named Jackson who knows pretty much everything about Santa, but he doesn't know how Santa became Santa. And then one day he actually gets to meet him, and he gets to hear this amazing story of how he became Santa Claus. I haven't really read much more about it. I just thought it sounded fantastic as a Christmas read, and I was really sad that I didn't get to it last Christmas, so I kind of set it aside for this Christmas because I think it will be one that I will enjoy more reading during the Christmas time. So hopefully this will be the year that I actually get around to reading this. The next 3 books I have are not Christmas books, so I'm probably going to read these after Christmas Eve is over with. We'll see how much I end up getting to during the last month of this year, but I have 3 more. The first one is Ghosts by Dolly Alderton. I think it was last year that I read Everything I Know About Love, or Everything I've Learned About Love. I don't remember the exact title. That was her non-fiction book, so this is her debut fiction novel about a 32-year-old woman named Nina who is kind of going through an existential crisis because her life is just, it's so in place already. And she also has a mom who's going through a midlife crisis and a dad that is suffering with early dementia. So it's supposed to be really funny, really heartwarming, and I'm excited to see how Dolly Alderton tackles a fiction novel. Next up we have a book that's been going around BookTube and Bookstagram like crazy lately, and everyone is raving about it and loving it, so I have extremely high expectations for it, which kind of scares me, because with expectations this high you never know if you're going to be super disappointed. But hopefully not. And that is The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue by V.E. Schwab. This is a story about a young woman in 1714. Yes, France, 1714. A young woman named Adeline meets a dangerous stranger and makes a terrible mistake. So she ends up doing this bargain where she gets eternal life, but in exchange no one can remember her name or remember her. And then 300 years later, I think it is, she ventures into a bookstore where someone actually remembers her name and everything changes. So I've heard that it's just a beautiful story that's very well written, and it's supposed to be a very emotional and magical read. So like I said, I have extremely high expectations. I'm scared that I'm going to be disappointed, but from what I've heard of all of the reviews going around, I'm hoping that I will love it as much as most people have. And now the last book that I want to get to in December is a book that was kindly sent to me by my good friend Alex, and it is one of his latest releases, and that is Phantom Lock Mysteria by Alex Charles Ross. This is the 3rd book in the Phantom Lock series. This is a story about an elderly man called Kurt who is a paranormal detective, and in the first book he has to work together with an FBI agent who has secrets of her own, and they're super fast paced, they're quite short, they're so much fun, and I can't wait to get to the 3rd installment in this series. Thank you so much, Alex, for sending this to me. I always love getting your books in the mail, and I can't wait to dive into this one. So there you have it. Those are the books that I want to get to during the last month of this year. I will put links to all of the books down below so you can go check them out if you want to. Let me know in the comments down below if you have an overly ambitious December TBR as well, and if there's any books that you're really excited to get to. As always, I would love to know. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up if you liked it, and hit that subscribe button if you haven't already, and I will see you again tomorrow. Goodbye!